So you did your degree in English at the University of Manchester, and then you moved on to do the master's degree, and that was whilst you were sort of volunteering and supporting the John Rylands Library.
Yeah, and working as well because I needed to pay my rent somehow. So tackling a few different things.
So living and breathing books, and in that whole in that whole spectrum. So after that, your first sort of role or your first main role was in the field of sort of HR, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a funny story really in terms of how I ended up from archives to that. So I was finishing up my master's dissertation and I thought, right, I need to get a job to figure out until I can get my first archivist role.
Yeah.
I applied on a contractor basis and I landed a 4-week contract at what was Co-op Pharmacy in the HR team. I was actually a PA to a PA.
PA to a PA.
Yeah.
Okay.
so I thought, right, I can type, I can, do whatever they need to.
Who was the PA for?
And it was the HR director, the HR board member.
Okay.
So unbeknownst to me, my first day, I thought, right, it's only for 4 weeks. And I walked into the Co-op headquarters in Manchester, big kind of spaceship building, very impressive.
Yeah.
Opened the lifts and I didn't realise that was the day that the sale had gone through of the company from Co-op to the Best Way Group.
Yes.
So the lift opened and I just remember carnage. There's so much going on. There were so much things because we had to separate from the Co-op group and become a new business. And I suppose that really opened my eyes to the world of HR. So I'd grown up hearing the word personnel. You have kind of an impression of what HR is maybe. And this was completely different. We were talking about how we extracted ourselves from the Co-op group. We needed a new head office. We needed a new brand. We needed new payroll systems, HR systems. We were going through really complex things about how we kind of untied our estate from that of the Co-op group, and it was just fascinating to me, and I got involved in so many different projects there that actually I started on a 4-week contract and left 5 years later. So transitioned from a number of different roles, went into the I supported a lot of HR operations projects throughout my time there, and went into the world of L&D as well. So L&D coordinator, did a lot on our digital platform, brought in a new learning management system. So it was just a perfect place, perfect time. I had no intention of going into HR, but I think the excitement in the world of it was just really captured me and really captivated me actually. So what I thought I wanted to do, working very quietly in a library, kind of, on Deansgate up in John Rylands, really what I thrived in was that really fast-paced environment full of different people and lots of different projects. So that's where I found my feet.
So the Co-op Pharmacy then became Well Pharmacy.
Yeah.
Owned by the Best Way.
Yes, Best Way Group.
Best Way Group, yeah. Okay, and your first day was more or less with the hustle and bustle of that transition.
Yeah.
And HR is always at the forefront of any of these mergers and acquisitions. And,
absolutely, yeah.
In terms of getting the communication out, and people obviously sometimes worried about their sort of roles and their jobs.
Big change management piece,
and looking at the whole sort of transition really.
Yeah. And I remember the one conversation, it was just one of those classic kind of coffee machine conversations, and someone said, do you know what do we do with all of our HR records? And I said, funnily enough, I did archives and record management. And then that's how my contract got extended, and we worked on that as a project, and then I think showed myself as a safe pair of hands with multiple different projects, and stayed there and gained a wealth of experience. So so it was perfect time, right place, right time. Put myself, in for projects and roles that maybe I wasn't fully qualified for, but kind of just went with it based on I've got a good strong work ethic and I can pick up what everyone can give me, and then went for it really.
Fantastic. So this is a very large organisation, the Co-op Pharmacy at the time, 7,500 people.
Yeah.
Many branches, 600 and something branches probably at the time, 620 something like that. Many different roles within the organisation, and you're the PA of the PA to the HR to the HR director. Yeah. So part of a fairly relatively small teamish, I would suggest. And you're dealing with again a new area for you. New area, and then you've been able to differentiate yourself be open-minded to the challenges, and grow from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just took every opportunity, and that's what I say to a lot of our trainees, especially kind of early on in your career. Just try not to say no, try and say yes to as many things as possible, even if you feel that you're not comfortable in terms of you're not 100% sure that you're there and you can do it. Try your best, learn, especially for our trainees. You know, they've got a bit of a safety net of being on that trainee program, so they can, you know, have a bit more. And I think it's really important to go for things, even if you think, actually, I'm probably not 100% qualified for it, but I'll give it a good go. And then usually it's worked out so far anyway.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.